Ganyu is an absolute blast to use. She's super hot and very cool at the same time. She hits like a truck and supports pretty well too. And this team comp is gonna massively boost your Ganyu's damage. Welcome guys to another Genshin Impact video. This is Baron, and I enjoyed coming up with this party comp on stream with everyone. So if you want to be part of that good time, join me on my Twitch streams. Okay, let's go. We're using Ganyu here as our main DPS. We're using her for a Frostflake Arrow, which is the second stage charge attack. Let's just say it does a lot of damage. 2, her elemental skill and burst are also huge assets. And 3, she's hot and we want to look at her most of the time. I've got her on a 4-piece Wanderer set for the additional 35% charge attack damage. I tried to get as much crit damage as possible. I'll explain why in a bit. I'm lucky enough to have the Amos bow here. It was my first 5-star pull, which pissed me off at the time. If you're willing to spend on the battle pass, Viridescent Hunt is a great option. And for more free-to-play friendly options, I recommend the Prototype Crescent, Sharpshooter's Oath, and Slingshot for this particular build and playstyle. Next we got Zhangling. She's gonna give us continuous pyro so Ganyu can trigger melt for 150% extra damage. Nice. We got her on a 4-piece Scholar set so when she gets energy particles, she gives energy to every bow or catalyst user in the party, which by the way is every other member of this party. Next we have Sucrose. We're using her with a 4-piece Viridescent set. This will reduce enemies' cryo resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. Also, her elemental burst will pull in and group up mobs. Finally, I'm using Diona for her healing, her shield, and the double cryo to increase Ganyu's crit rate when enemies are affected by cryo or frozen. So this setup is designed to make Ganyu's Frostflake Arrow do as much damage as possible. That's where most of our DPS is coming from. Now I stated before, we can afford to focus a little less on crit rate here and more on crit damage. This is because of the extra crit rate from the double cryo and also Ganyu's talent, which when we use Frostflake Arrow, subsequent Frostflake Arrows have their crit rate increased by additional 20%. Don't worry if that was confusing, I'll demonstrate the rotation in a bit. Now, I don't know exactly how the math works here, but during my testing, I pretty much always crit after the first Frostflake Arrow, so I'm guessing it works like this. Crit rate stat, currently at 50%, double cryo at 15%, plus talent buff at 20% equals 85% crit rate. Sounds about right. Also, if you have a 4-piece Blizzard set, you pretty much have 100% almost all of the time. I don't have 4 good pieces, so if you guys do, let me know how it feels. Okay, here's the rotation. Apply cryo to the enemies. Usually, you'll use Ganyu's flower. Diona's shield also makes sense here. Or hell, use both. Now, we switch to Sucrose to use her elemental skill or burst. This will trigger the swirl reaction, and thanks to our 4-piece Viridescent, reduce the enemy's cryo resistance by 40% for 10 seconds. On top of that, Sucrose is also gonna increase the other party members' elemental mastery for more elemental reaction damage. Now, we quickly switch to Zhangling to drop her Bear or Tornado for the continuous pyro. Finally, we go back to Ganyu to launch our nuclear Frostflake Arrow. And everything comes together for some massive melt reaction damage. Not only that, every subsequent Frostflake Arrow has a higher crit rate for more reliable damage. Simplified, we go Ganyu's Flower, to Sucrose, to Zhangling, to Charge Shot twice, then repeat. And that's the setup. So if you guys have these units in gear, I recommend giving this a try. And let me know your Ganyu party comp. Now, check out these videos for more guides, tips, and builds. And to see your name over here, show some support on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. You can catch me on Twitch and Twitter. The links are in the video description. Baron out.